Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. As always, my name is Joseph and it's great to have you here. So, for those of you who pay attention to my channel, know that I've made or have not posted a video already of me just walking. And which is what I'm doing right now. There may or may not be a part 2 to that, but I want to take a minute to put out my thoughts just on being out here in the woods and walking and in general. So now this is going to be a bit of a rambly video, so if you don't like those, it's okay. Go check out one of my other videos if you like those better. I got comedy videos, a bunch of other different stuff on my video where I talk about a whole bunch of different things. I do apologize first off for, well, bad audio quality probably, and poor lighting. Obviously, I'm outside in nature, so you can't exactly control all of the shadows and all the lighting because you got one light source, obviously, the sun, and then, of course, as you can see behind me, a whole lot of trees. But the first thing that I want to talk about is just being out here in nature. For me, walking like this, not only is it a form of exercise, it's a form of mental stimulation. You're getting your heart rate up, you're taking in more oxygen, and that's all good exercise. But this is relaxing for me. This is my time out. This is how I get my relaxation in. As you can see, there's nobody with me. The only things around here are the various animals, a bunch of trees, and a lot of leaves. But this kind of away from everything is something that, for me, is really necessary. Getting away from people, getting away from life in general for a few minutes. Being out here like this is relaxing. And part of that is because it gives my brain a chance to process through everything that I have to think about. All the little ins and outs of everything that I'm doing, everything that's happened to me. It gives me a break. And that's important for all of us. We all have to find that peace of mind where you get away from everything, from everyone for just a little while to really reflect on things. As an introvert, though, in general, this is extremely important. And in these times, we've been told to quarantine and all that. And that's great and all, but there's really something more freeing about being outside and all this. And it's because you don't have four walls. You don't have the four walls encasing you into a fixture. And I'm not gonna say I'm the first person that's going to be outside camping, because I'm not. I have a big problem with bugs, and when it comes to sleeping, I have to have complete quiet. So I'm not the first person that's going to be outside camping. That's just not the case. Having all this free space around me, having all of that, the natural sounds, and then, well, as you can't hear, dead silence. That silence is golden in some ways, you might say, because it's letting your brain reflect inwards to process everything. It's really relaxing and peaceful. Being able to step away from all the noise and the distractions of the world, kind of shutting off everything. And if anybody listens to this, that would be something I would really recommend. if you work with electronics like day in, day out, you're on your cell phone all the time, shut it off. Get away from it. All our social media, all our different things that we deal with on a day in, day out basis, they're okay, but they have a place. And they distract from, well, other things that are really important at times. And being able to get away from them, turn them off for a while, get to a place where, well, maybe they don't work. That's really kind of the highlight of being out here. And I know that's kind of ironic considering I'm recording this on an iPhone. But it's the relaxation. It's giving your brain a chance to really get away from the hang-ups. Get away from the craziness. Take a break from all the constant input that's being generated. On the topic of exercise, in case anybody's paying attention, I really haven't slowed my pace. That's because having worked in retail, and yes, I'm a little out of breath, but having worked in retail, I've been used to standing all the time, constantly walking and moving around. So I think I need to stop for a moment. Okay, maybe not a full stop, but a little bit of a slow down. Just had a hill that we came up there, getting ready to go down another hill, which is another musing. Guess I could go into that for a moment. It's amazing the ups and downs life presents to you. One minute you'll be trying to climb uphill, struggling all the way, and then another minute something will change whether you intended it to or not, and you'll go downhill. And I kind of flip those two for a reason, because in the case of walking uphill is a struggle, whereas going downhill is much, much easier. You get more momentum with each step because it's easier to go down than it is to go up. And you might have to struggle up a hill sometimes, but every time you go up, there is a down. And now we're on a more even plane again. Which again, a little bit like life. Sometimes there are struggles going up, then an easy path down. Then things just kind of plateau for a while. The ups and downs of life, though, are truly amazing because you can feel like you're struggling so much and not be able to see what's right around the corner. Could be something amazing, could be something worse, but you never know because you don't see it. And just like going up a hill and then coming down it, there are good times and there are bad times, and the only way you know is by going through them. Yes, someone that's been through some rough times, I know, but you always have to keep moving forward. And this is turning into a motivational moment. You always have to keep moving forward because at some point in time, hard work has to pay off. Someone will recognize you. Someone will notice you. And even if that's already happened, you have to keep working hard. I've been noticed and recognized a few times for the work that I've done. And it's a good feeling. knowing that someone sees what you're doing, even if you don't really care about the recognition. But then after that happens, when something bad happens, you can't give up. You always have to be pushing forward. It's do or die. And having something that you know is going to cut short the time that you have to work, it's a struggle all the more to do it, to keep pushing. But that's enough for the motivational minute. All different sounds out here. Squirrels in the trees. And all birds. I want to add one more thing to this video before I sign off. And that's, if you ever go walking out in the woods, make sure somebody knows where you're at, going, where you're going to be, what you're doing. And if you're not familiar with the area, take a buddy. One other really important tip: don't do what this guy did. Don't walk farther than you can and lose track of what you're doing, like I did. I walked a little bit further than I should have, and I know I'm gonna make it back, let's put it that way. But I lost track of how far I was going, and let's just say my muscles are feeling it. So yeah, important tip: don't lose track of what you're doing. Don't get too far in your own head. If you enjoyed this, let me know. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Drop me a comment. Let me know. I may do more of these. Thanks so much for watching though. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye everyone.